Hey, what up, traders? It's Friday, the 5th of May. As promised yesterday, I said I would have a look at some trades today. Um, let's have a look at the market first. I'm actually in a trade at the minute. So, what can we say about this? So, what I like to do is just mark out the cumulative delta, see if I can get a bias. We did have the overnight range was slightly higher than yesterday's. Depot and value area slightly, not much. I did think that we were going to change direction in the market, so we've been coming down. Okay, we came right down here yesterday, and then we didn't hold that, and we reverted into the value area, and we held that, and then we've been slightly progressing higher since then. So that, to me, pointed towards a market turnaround. The problem we had was at this morning, at the time, we just had this action here where we looked like cumulative delta was going down, but I did notice this supply was drying up. Okay, that's on the 60, dropping down to the 15. Let's get rid of that from the other day. This range was really tight. Let's take off those. So I've got some markers on there. I've had some trades this morning as well where I was playing. You'll see when I go down onto the 3 minute. I was playing tweezers. If we broke a tweezer and held, I was going in that direction, and then if we broke that tweezer again, it was changing direction. So I was doing levels, and I like playing tweezers because I can put the stop really close to the entry. So even though I took about two or three stop outs, they were really small, so that's fine. While we were picking direction, so the idea behind that was I knew we had a tight range. I knew we were going to pick a direction. I thought we were going to go long because we were above the MAs. It looked like we were progressing up, even though cumulative delta was pointing down on the 60. I thought we were making a change. It was going to be a market shift, and we were going to go up. So I was just playing lots of tweezers this morning while it tried to take direction. Now, I actually took the trade long. If I put markers on this one, okay. So there's my trade there, and if I expand it a little bit, you might be able to see. So we were holding this trend line. We broke back about, so the Depot moved from here to here. I'll just put a little arrow in there. So Depot was there, and then it moved up here, and then it started to hold, and we were above the MAs, like I said, and then cumulative delta started to kick in. We started to go positive on the 3 minute. We also had demand coming in and supply drying up, and so I took the trade. I didn't really know if it was going to be the direction it was going to follow through. I'd been doing it all morning, and I was waiting for it to pick a direction because we had a really tight range. I thought the range would expand. We've got NFP this afternoon, so I wasn't expecting, we're not going to get masses of range before that. However, I did think it was going to pick a direction, and that's where I went in. So I went in there, and I'm just managing the trade at the moment. And what I've got is I've got my stop. I've just got my stop, if I can bring it right in there. Look, below the Depot there, and it's pretty much break even ish. I mean, if we come down and we take me out, then I've lost a couple of ticks. It's not much. That's my trend line that we're holding. As long as we hold these MAs, and we don't see any mass of supply coming into the market, so ideally I don't want to see anything really big coming in here. my target, if we look above here, is the top of this range. Go on to the 15. So my target is the top of this range here. So it's there. The reason I've got it there for the minute is if I move it up higher, then I drop down onto the lower time frames. It really mucks up the focus and the candles. So for the moment, that's where I've got it. I've got it set there. But what I'm looking for after NFP is hopefully a range up there. I'm expecting dollar to weaken. That's my, that's my bias. That's what I'm looking at. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care. I get stopped out. I don't care. We just look for something else a bit later on. But that's my bias and that's what I'm going for. So there you go. That's my plan for today. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, who cares? Not me. Right, I'm just going to change this a little bit. 23. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get them charts the same. So it's looking positive at the minute. Cumulative delta on the lower time frames looks all right. The range charts looks all right. Sorry, the Renkos look all right. This is an area I just marked out, which I thought could be a problem area. And it did. We reacted off that and we came down. We didn't even come back down to the value area high. So that's a kind of a positive sign. Nothing's set in stone. I don't know where it's going to go. At the moment, we look long and we're staying in the trade. Currently 25, 26 points on side. So 100 ticks, which is great. Everything over here is pointing to long as well. Cumulative delta, depots and EMAs. That's just confluence really. I don't trade off of those, but as long as everything lines up, we stay long, And we are having a little bit of trouble around this area, so we'll just see what happens. We've got an hour and a bit till NFP, so maybe we'll still be in, maybe we'll get stopped out, maybe we'll get a range expansion and we'll fly north even more, and then I can move my target up. But currently that's my plan. Okay, right, I'm going to put the video on pause because this is boring, and then I will start it up again a little bit later on. Okay, so restarting the video. It looks like we've just had a breakout of the range. Buyers in control from X control there. We're still above the MAs. We'd gone sideways for a bit. We've got NFP in less than an hour. NFP volatility could take me out. So I may decide to take profits before NFP because taking profits is good. So we got this range now. So we're testing above this high, and we've got this range here we can have a play around with. See what happens before NFP. My target is at the top of this range. Could work out nicely. Yeah, we'll see over the next 45 minutes where we go. I might take profits before NFP just to put something in the bank for a Friday, but we'll see how we get on in this range here. There, so yeah, the market will tell us what's going to go on, and then we'll react to that, but it's looking positive at the moment. Okay, I'm going to put the video on pause again and I'll restart in about 45 minutes probably, unless anything else happens in the meantime. Okay, speak to you in a bit. Okay, starting the recording again. Got 15 minutes to non-farm payroll. So we did break above this range here, but we're not really doing anything. We're going sideways. So my stop is just below the depot, which is in the value area. So we'll see what non-farm payroll does. Obviously a beat, and then that should be dollar strong and push us down. A miss, dollar weak, push us up. That's basically what we're looking at. So it's not always the case, but that's the rules we're working to. Whether it plays out is a completely different matter. So I will enable this just before we get the print. Okay, so we've got 14 minutes. I'm going to put the video on stop. Okay, so restarting the video. We have just over a minute to NFP. We've gone sideways pretty much, so the volatility might actually kick me out on this, but you never know. We've had some good earnings that have come in pre-market, Apple being one of them, which pushed us up a little bit, so we may get a pre-NFP move which will push us up, but again it could go down, so we'll see. We'll just see. Like I said earlier, my stop is just below the old depot there before we moved around, so I've given myself a little bit of space, but I'm very close to my entry, so that's fine. 30 seconds. Volatility is really picking up now. I don't know which way we're going to go. Okay, 10 seconds. Right, we've got to move out upwards. We're going to come back down, I would have thought. Yep, stopped. The beat. Yeah, there's a beat. So we go down, I think. So we'll look at downside targets. Yeah, so we've got this area here we can trade into. We're still below the MAs on the 60. Go to the 15. Yeah, we've got this area we can trade into if we see an opportunity to get in. It is doubtful we'll see an opportunity to get in, but yeah, it's a lot easier to see with the ranges, the Renkos. It's a massive beat, by the way, in FP. They were expecting 180k, they got 253k, so that's obviously dollar strong. Right, I'm going to stop the video and see if we can see another entry a bit later on. Okay, restarting the video. So if you have a look at your candlestick charts, and you can see, look at that, that's a mess, isn't it? Massive, massive, massive volatility. But then you go onto the Renkos and you can see it a little bit better. It looks, it's a lot easier to read because it's ranges, price ranges. So you can actually see that we're still in the value area. We are above the depot. We've pushed down and we're back up above the depot. Depot's moved a little bit towards the center of the value area, and we're above it at the moment. This could be significant if we stay above it, and conversely it could be significant if we stay below it. So we just wait and we'll watch, and we'll see where price goes. I mean, if price breaks above the value area high again, you've got to favour along. Currently everything's pointing negative at the moment. Cumulative delta on a 3 minute, definitely. We're still positive on the cumulative delta on the 15 and on the 60 as well. So the market could be trying to flip. with the strong earnings that we've had from this morning. So yeah, we just play it by ear again. It's just looking for opportunities and going in as and when you find them. You know, sometimes you have a feeling it's going to go a specific direction, and you make your choice, and you're either wrong or you're right. So we just keep plugging. Okay, I'm going to go on pause again. Okay, restarting the video. It's still a lot of volatility going on, but I've got a buy signal here on the Renkos, and we broke out above the value area high. There, we broke out above there. We're continuing up. We're testing this area that we had trouble earlier. My target is the top of this range here. If I can bring it in a little, let's have a look, see if I can find it. No, can't see that. Let's go here. My target is here, it's the top of this range. So we're currently 20 points on side. I mean, the market's moving at a lightning pace, so it's probably best to put on the Renkos to see what's going on. My stop is down below the Depop. So yeah, I mean, if we break above this area, we look to probe the area above, then that could be a good trade, because we have a lot of space up here like that. We've got all this area to muck around in up here, which is good. And this would be one of those big movers again, but as you can see, I've been stopped out 2, 3, 4 times today. It's just a matter of keep plugging away, keep going. You will get a trade eventually. You've just got to be on the right side of it. You've also got to remember that if you keep getting stopped out, okay, you know, more than 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, whatever, make sure your stops are manageable. Don't have massive stops, so you can take more stop outs. You can do that quite well in the NASDAQ. The RTY is a bit more volatile, but the ES is less volatile. You could get a smoother run on there. I like to have quite close stops. Like I said the other day, I like value area high, value area low. I like Depop. I like tweezers as well, because you can get quite close. I mean, I've taken quite a few stops today. I'm not down that much. My capital's not down that much. So you live to fight another day. So yeah, we'll just carry on. I mean, it does look like we're doing okay on the. So let's go hard time frame. What's it looking like? So we're still positive on cumulative delta. Doesn't look like there's that much supply. There's more demand, it looks like, at the moment. Down onto the 15. We have, yeah, I mean, we're going sideways on the 15. It's but we're above the MAs, and we're above the value area high, and we're consolidating above there, which I like. That tends to mean we're accepting that level. I do like the fact that we've got all this space up here to trade into. We've had some good earnings, so I'm still my bias is still long. Look at that. I mean, that's gone right up. We went down and we've gone right back up again. Cumulative delta on the 3 minute has gone positive again. We're probably going to go sideways for a bit. Some more consolidation above the value area high, and then hopefully a press north. So again, it's just a waiting game. We wait and see what the market wants to do. We've pushed down, we've pushed straight back up, so that's kind of a good sign. But yeah, we'll see what happens. You'll hear me say that a lot. We'll see what happens, because no one knows. Alrighty, going to put the video on pause for a bit and be back in it when something else happens. I'm pausing the video. So I had to step away for a second, and in the meantime we had the open, and there's my entry there. So we pushed down, we came back up, we tested Depop, we went up again, and we broke above. This was the value area high at the time. We broke above that, and so I took an entry. My stop was originally below here, and then I was bringing it up in line with this trend line, and then I stepped away, and I've just come back, and there's my entry there, and there is my exit there. So that is a very, very decent trade. So let's just have a quick look at my yeah, it's massive, isn't it? Oh, that's 200 ticks. So that's pretty cool. So let's just have a look at the market. Market's gone ballistic. Yeah, so as soon as you get big moves on Ninja Trader, it will readjust. It will readjust the focus, and it becomes a little bit difficult to see what's going on. If I bring those back into line, yeah. So that's the trade. So we had lots and lots and lots of trades around this area where we were trying to look for direction. My bias was still long. I got stopped out here from a trade. No, I took break even there actually. I then took a break even or just over break even here, but I was still long biased, and I was aware of this area. Once we broke above here again, after going down, testing, bouncing, coming up, and if we have a look at we were getting cumulative delta was positive. There's very little supplies, a little bit kicked in there, but looked like we were going up from the demand perspective. So I took my trade again, and we've gone to target, and I'm getting some buy signals coming in now, but I'm done for the day. That's me done. It's Friday. It's now it's just gone 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. in the UK, and that's it. We're done for the day. We're in profit, and all's good. So the moral of the story is stick with it, keep your stops really, really, really tight, and then that gives you more chances to try and get in and pick the direction. So if you like today's video, like and subscribe below, and we'll probably do some analysis over the weekend of the markets, and see if there are any other trades that we missed that we could have got in. Cheers guys, I'll see you in the next one.